Part 2. Azure Moon. Pegasus Moon. Valley of Torment. Having repelled the Imperial Vanguard, the kingdom must now supplement its meager forces. And so it requests reinforcements from Rodrigue, who is busy resisting Cornelia's army in Fraldarius territory.
Hello everyone, Space Oyster here, and welcome back to Fire Emblem Three Houses, the Ashen Blue Lion Wolves. In the last part, as Gerald so helpfully recapped, we repelled an attack on Garrick Monastery, and now we're going to be getting reinforcements. Woo! So much fun.
You made it.
We received a reply from my father. You should read it too.
Gilbert has filled me in on the details. He tells me you are in immediate need of additional troops. I would like to say that I will gather reinforcements and send them to the monastery at once. However, I cannot afford to leave the front lines for that long. Would you be willing to meet us south of Fraldarius territory in ALL, the Valley of Torment? ALL is halfway between the monastery and our territory. There, I will deliver the soldiers you require.
The Valley of Torment.
ALL lies on the border between Kingdom territory and Alliance territory. Humans dare not approach that place.
He's right. In ALL, we can meet up with them without our enemy ever finding out.
Once my old man delivers his soldiers to us, then our war against the Empire can finally begin.
The path ahead will be a difficult one, Your Highness. Deadly, in all likelihood.
True. But what's the point in wavering now? Father, stepmother, Glenn, and even Dedu. I am certain this will bring them great joy. I know if I can just offer them Edelgard's head. I just know it.
ALL, the Valley of Torment.
Well, that was suspicious. Well, actually, no, that wasn't suspicious at all. Not in the slightest. No, Happy, you're going to have to wait. We do supports differently in this one. Putting them off is so frustrating, because accepting or doing the support when the character approaches you saying, hey, you want to talk right now? That will boost their motivation to max. If you tell them, no, I can't talk right now, then it'll, then it won't boost their motivation to max once you actually do talk to them. So yeah, that's a bit of a downside for this playthrough. But honestly, since it is New Game Plus and I maxed out my professor level before,
Let's see. Gotta clean out the storerooms, tend the flowers, do the washing, dust the library.
do you need any help?
No, this is my job. Lady Rhea herself gave it to me. Even if Lady Rhea's not here right now, I still gotta do my duty. Like you gotta have other stuff you ought to be doing, yeah?
Yeah, I'm excited to actually give Cyril a shot. I was tempted to use him on my current Golden Deer playthrough, but thought better against using it, cutting someone for him. The most obvious choice I could have, the most obvious choice I was thinking of was Leone, since both of them learn, point-blank volley, so it seemed like it would be redundant, but at the same time, having multiple characters doing the same thing is never a bad thing if that is a good thing. I mean, I'm always encouraging using multiple warpers, and on that same playthrough I'm using both Happy and Lysithea, and they both learn warp, although I wanted to use Happy because she also gets physic.
The Kingdom capital or the Imperial capital? I don't know which is the right way. If we tried to take on the Empire like this, would we really stand a chance? With House Fraldarius under attack, they probably can't spare many soldiers. On the other hand, if we did manage to take the Imperial capital, the war would be over. I'm no good at thinking through this kind of complicated stuff.
Oh, don't worry about it, Ash. But that does remind me. I heard in the initial planning stages there was going to be another route split for the Blue Lions.
If we can take back the kingdom, we'll recover our soldiers. And some food and supplies too, I bet. Most importantly of all, there are people in the kingdom waiting for our help. Even His Highness understands that, I'm sure of it. Yet, he wants to take on the Empire despite all that. Do you think he just doesn't care about anything other than fighting Edelgard anymore?
You may be right. Come on past, Space Oyster.
He wasn't always like this. What happened?
He finally snapped. He forgot to take his anti-crazy pills. But yeah, I think they were initially planning to have it so where you would either side with Dimitri and go for Edelgard right away, or you'd side against him and liberate the kingdom first.
I don't know about everyone else, but heading to the Empire seems like a good idea to me. The search for Lady Rhea will be so much easier if we can just get the Empire out of the way. I suppose Dimitri might still pose a problem, though. He seems so fixated on the Imperial capital, but I get the feeling he's not even sure what he wants anymore.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll figure it out. But yeah, it's a shame that they didn't put that other route split in. But, well, considering that the game already has 3 other routes it could have taken, although technically I'd say they're not 3 other routes. Every route is pretty similar, or, well, not every route. Silver Snow and Verdant Wind are extremely similar.
Speaking of which,
let's deliver the resources.
These past 5 years, Lord Rodrigue worried for His Highness more than any other. But I wonder what he would say if he saw what has become of Dimitri.
Yeah, and then the Crimson Flower route that you can do to keep Edelgard, that's pretty much a tacked-on extra.
It has been only 5 years, yet so much has changed. Half of the kingdom has fallen to the Empire. Skirmishes are rife throughout the Alliance. Despite such tumult, we look upon the same sky, unchanged by the storm happening beneath it.
It's true. It's just like it was all those years ago.
I gazed up at this same sky with Mother and Father. It does not feel so long ago at all. Wait, but how would you know, Professor?
Oh, I was talking about 5 years ago. What are you talking about, Flame? Are you perhaps older than you've been letting on? Yeah, I think if you want to get to the bottom of Flame's identity, it's either in her supports with Seteth or in the Silver Snow route. I forget which. Or probably both. It might be both. I'm not too sure. I've never finished a playthrough of Silver Snow. I should get on that.
It is imperative that we regroup with those who continue to resist. Most importantly, we must join up with the Fraldarius family. If we do, our ability to reclaim the kingdom capital is ensured. We should aim for this outcome, rather than focusing our efforts on the Imperial capital. This seems to me the best strategy at present. But I feel what His Highness feels. His hatred, his anger, so keenly, as if it were my own. So I find it difficult to oppose his wishes.
I'm sure everything will work out. I hope it does anyway.
Go away.
Okay, see you later, Dimitri. I'll leave you to brood like the sobbing crybaby you are. Ugh, good grief. Seriously, I do hope I do not like him in this mood. I hope he recovers sooner rather than later.
Professor.
But yeah, Silver Snow and Verdant Wind being so similar just kind of frustrates me, especially since
meeting reinforcements in the Valley of Torment seems an astute decision to me. In that land of oppressive heat, it is unlikely that we will be disturbed. It also means we will need to contend with those harsh conditions ourselves, however. Best ensure we are well prepared.
I will, Seteth. But it's especially sad since those 2 routes were likely planned as the only alternatives to the Blue Lions. Very, very sad.
How's this? There are enemy spies around. Remain vigilant. Capture anyone who seems suspicious.
Alright, I will.
I'm glad you understand. I'm counting on you.
Yep, we're gonna put an arrow through their gobs after we torture the information out of them. Wahahaha.
Professor? Greetings, Professor. Nothing to report. Is everyone setting out on a big campaign? Not exactly. Ah, so you're meeting up with the reinforcements. Well, you can leave guarding this place to me. I'll keep an eye out for anything suspicious.
Alright, you do that, Mr. Dude. Alright.
There's unrest I hope...
Yeah, and Anna's gonna be saying the same thing every time. Every time you talk to her. Oh, right, that reminded me of another thing. I forgot the reason why you can't do paralogs in the last month of Part 1 is because all the paralogs have a time limit. The one for Byleth and Sothis, you have to do that before the chapter where you fuse with Sothis.
Halel, the Valley of Torment. Oh man, I really do not want to go there.
Why not?
That place is crazy hot. For guys like me, who grew up somewhere cold, man, it's gonna be rough. Though, I guess that climate will keep our enemies at bay.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. But, and then all the other paralogs that you get in Part 1, they all have a time limit of the month before the end of it. So that's why if you recruit a character in the very last month of Part 1, you don't get to do their paralog if they have one. So keep that in mind. And it makes sense why you wouldn't be able to either. You only get 2 weeks in total to actually do things around 2 free days in total in that last month. And the Empire's offensive will make it really difficult to actually do anything besides repel their attack.
Gilbert was a knight to the royal family of Fargus? What was a man like that doing in Garreg Mach, I wonder? Who knows? Whenever I tried to ask about it, he'd change the subject and avoid giving a proper answer.
No, that sounds so rude, but he doesn't want to talk about it. You shouldn't pry, Manuela.
Hey, you.
Yeah. And then, I'm also tempted to do another Golden Deer playthrough.
We weren't related by blood, but Randolph was still my uncle. Seeing him end up that way was... Never mind. It's nothing.
I'm so sorry.
It's fine. I don't need your sympathy. It's not like I had any real connection with him anyway. But Dimitri's methods... I don't know. I'm sure he never trusted me, being born in the Empire and all.
I hope you're not regretting coming here, Caspar, and I hope Dimitri doesn't make you regret coming here. Ugh, good grief. Now I feel bad for recruiting him, and only him!
Huh?
Let's see. What was I talking about again?
I am steeling myself to see my father again. I can't stand that old man.
Oh, you really hate him?
Yes, I do. Above all, I hate the crazed nonsense that comes out of his mouth.
No, I don't think you hate him. I remember having similar thoughts like that about one or two folks in my family, and it was always, oh, it's up there. And it wasn't that I hated them per se, it was just being around them was uncomfortable. So I think the same is true for Felix. He's uncomfortable around his father, but when push comes to shove, I think he would do anything to try and keep his dad safe. Same for me with my relatives. With my relatives that I thought I hated, I didn't. Never would have.
Really appreciate it.
Okay. So when you find Anna's secret thingy, that will open up her secret shop. This is an absolutely amazing thing to unlock. Anna's secret shop is the only place you can buy extra master seals. At the beginning of part 2 on a normal playthrough, you'll be able to buy 5 master seals from the item shop, and that's it. If you have the DLC, then you can get another 5 from the Heretic statue for trading in renown. But beyond that, the only way to get more Master Seals is to either get them as drops, steal them from enemies, or they're occasionally rewards in the tournaments. So Anna's shop is definitely the most easy and reliable way to get more.
Hey you, listen up. I've got something to report. Lots of things happen down here. Lots of reports need to be reported. And for all reportable things, I'm your guy.
Didn't you already tell me that once? Oh, geez, he's repeating dialogue. I hope Mr. Backup shows up so that way you can go through that all over again and reunite with him, and I bet it would be awesome sauce. Sadly, I don't think Mr. Backup shows up ever again. Makes me so sad. They were cute together.
So you intend to march into ALL? Frankly, I want no part of it. Surely such an uneventful journey won't require my presence.
I'll need you with us.
You will? Then I shall don my marching boots. Though I would ask that we at least consider marching only under cover of night.
Yeah, Constance is really growing on me. I'm really liking her. And she turned out pretty good as well. I love her high magic growth and that she's good for Falcon Knight.
When the monastery fell to ruin, we lost all hope for support from the church. Most able-bodied folks abandoned Abyss for the surface around that time. Since then, we've been barely scraping by.
Well, that's not good.
Bandits from Garrick Mach used to come down to Abyss pretty frequently. We never dealt with them, though. We refused their offers at every turn. Sometimes we had to use force. I was happy you finally drove them out for good. Only then there were beasts all over the place.
That sounds like happy, alright. I hope the beasts weren't too bad.
Valley of Torment, huh? I see your angle, but don't let your guard down. Any movement about their borders, and the Lords of the Kingdom will react swiftly. Don't underestimate them. Keep your focus on a positive outcome. There's a lot to gain and a lot to lose.
Alright, I will.
The Valley of Torment. Isn't that the place where it's scorching hot year-round? You know, I've always wanted to see the world. That's why I left my village. And here I am, traveling to all these interesting new places to kill people. Not what I had in mind. Maybe I'll find some time to admire the scenery. Though people might get mad I'm not taking this silly war seriously. Oops, that was close. Almost sighed.
That would have been bad, Happy. You gotta be more careful. Anyway, we just need to talk to Balthus, and then we will have done all the things.
I wonder how many soldiers that Rodrigue guy will lend us. Not that it matters much. Taking on the whole damn empire? Not even I would bet on those odds.
Even a small chance is worth fighting for. We'll give it our all.
If we don't, we'll die a terrible death. I've survived this long. I refuse to give up now. You know, win or lose, I guess it's not worth betting on. Who would I collect from after the war's over?
You could probably steal from the dead soldiers. Anyway, I'll call that here. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.